Now that I'm on week 15, it seems like there's always something making me adjust my runs. This week we had a hurricane, which really impacted how I could run and what I should do. Also this week I had a realization that one of my goals when I started out, I'm not gonna be able to meet, so I need to make some adjustments. When I started training for the Dopey Challenge on Disney Marathon Weekend 15 weeks ago, my goal was to get down from a 14.5 minute mile to a 12-minute mile, and to get from 235 pounds to 200 pounds. I had 28 weeks to train to get to these goals. Last week was a long run where I ran 15 miles. And for this week, I had 2 45-minute runs and a 3-mile run that I was supposed to complete. So it's day one after the 50-mile run. I was gonna woke up this morning actually to run, but I realized that wasn't gonna happen because I was way too sore. So I'm walking 45 minutes as fast as I can, trying to keep a 16-mile pace. As you can see behind me, there's a hurricane coming. So I don't know how Thursday's gonna go yet. So I gotta try to get these workouts in as I can. I'm sure I'll be walking around my kitchen table again. I did some stretches and things after the long run last week. It really made a huge difference. I'm still sore, not comfortable enough to run. My legs still hurt pretty bad, but it is a big improvement. So onward. On Wednesday night, I did not get a lot of sleep. That's when the hurricane hit us. And my plan was to run on Thursday, but I kept getting alarms all night of flood warnings, of different types of warnings that woke me up every hour or so. So on Thursday, I'm like, I'm too tired. I'll do the run on Friday, which I did not end up doing because it took a long time to catch up on that sleep. Since I missed Thursday's run because of the hurricane, I decided to go all out on this 3-mile Saturday run. The last 3 miles that there is. So I'm out of breath, but I had a 10:52 minute mile. So it was under 11 minutes. That's the first time in years that I've had that kind of pace. I'm excited, even though this was my last 3-mile run. Time to get real for next week. Now that I completed all the runs, there was something the hurricane did bring with it that helped with my running. It brought in a lot of cooler temperatures. It's in the 60s in the morning and the mid 80s throughout the day, which is awesome running weather. I really wish my 17-mile run would have been this weekend because that weather would have made it so much easier. That is what I really think contributed a lot to my pace on Saturday. I did do pretty well on my diet this week. I try to stay around 1,600 calories on non-workout days, 2,100 calories on workout days, except for the really long runs. And last week I weighed 224 pounds. This week I still weigh 224 pounds. It was a stressful week, so that's what I'm attributing it to. But it's just the stress levels. Maybe we'll see some adjustments next week whenever I do a lot more exercise. I'm over halfway through the training and I'm down 11 pounds since the start of this. It doesn't seem feasible that I'm going to hit 200 pounds. Only losing 11 pounds halfway through. Even though I have a lot of running left to do, I may drop some more, but I'm going to change my goals to be more realistic. I'm going to put my goal around 210. That's 14 pounds in 13 weeks. That seems completely doable, especially because a lot of these weeks are very long runs and there is no more 3-mile runs at all. It's a 6-mile minimum on my long runs on Saturdays during recovery weeks. At times, I just have to know my goal is unattainable and adjust it to something that I can achieve because I don't want to get to the end and feel like crap because I didn't achieve something. I want to feel accomplished and I don't want to make my goals too easy, but I want to make them realistic. Setting unrealistic goals is never going to help me. So now that I'm no longer doing 3-mile runs, next week is my long run where I'm going to have 2 45-minute runs, a 7-mile speed walk on Saturday and a 17-mile run on Sunday, which is really going to test all that gear again. Last week, it worked very well. I'm hoping that I still continue to see that. 17 miles is my longest training run I've ever done. When I did run the marathon and failed last year at mile 22, I had never went above 17 miles, which was a bad choice on my part. I am hoping the temperatures hold out. It be in the 60s in the morning when I start running is going to make that 17 miles and that 7 miles so much better, so much more enjoyable. The other thing I'm starting to research is my nutrition because I noticed during the marathon at mile 20, 21, somewhere around there, they give away bananas and chocolate, which means that it's more calories. But when you're running for that many hours, you need more nutrition than just goo, I'm assuming. So I have to do some research and start preparing for those very long runs and see how I need to adjust as that happens. When next week's video is ready, I'll be right here. Make sure and check out this playlist and you can see how I've adjusted and maybe learn some things that may work for you.